there, I'm Sridhar Rajagopal with ProtoStax. In my last video, I showed you how to set up and use the new Raspberry Pi high-quality camera with ProtoStax Enclosures using the ProtoStax camera kit for the Raspberry Pi high-quality camera. Using this, you could add the Pi camera and mount it to any ProtoStax enclosure and add a Q20 tripod mount to the enclosure. If you're interested in the Raspberry Pi high quality camera, I would suggest you check out that video. But if you are interested in the Pi cameras, the older version 1 and version 2, then in today's video I'm going to show you how you can use the ProtoStax camera kit for the Pi camera along with any ProtoStax enclosure and be able to mount the Pi camera to the top plate and add the Q20 tripod mount. This kit would work with any ProtoStax enclosure for any flavor of Raspberry Pi, including the 3B Plus or the 4B, the A Plus or the Pi Zero. This is the new ProtoStax camera kit for the Raspberry Pi camera. It comes with a couple of pieces and some hardware. This is a modified top plate with mounting holes and cutout for the Pi camera. Works with version 1 or version 2, and it also has a couple of cable slots. These can be used if you want to mount the camera outside of the enclosure, but I'm going to show you mounting it inside the enclosure. Here are the pieces with the protective backing removed. And the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and mount the Pi camera to the top plate. So there are a couple of ways that you can either like mount it outside the enclosure and then put the cable through this slot for it to go inside the enclosure, or because it has the cutout for the camera, you can mount it inside. I'm going to go ahead and mount it inside. I'm going to take one of these spacers and place it in between the top plate and the Pi camera. Place a screw and attach the nut on the back. I'm going to repeat this process for the other 3 sides. And there you have it. Next up, I'm going to take my ProtoStax enclosure for Raspberry Pi. This kit will work with any flavor of Raspberry Pi. So here you can see they have the Pi Zero and the Pi A Plus. It'll work the same way, just you would take out the existing top piece, replace it with the new top piece, and then take out the short side wall and replace it with the tripod mount. I'm going to demonstrate using the ProtoStax enclosure for Raspberry Pi A Plus. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the top plate by taking out the top screws, and there is a little washer underneath. I'll save those. Okay, so I'm going to remove the top plate, and I can set this one aside as I don't need that. I'm going to take out the short side wall, and I'm going to put this piece aside as well. And then I can add the remaining pieces to this enclosure. But the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the long side wall, and I'm going to open up the camera slot and plug in my camera. Now I can add the long side wall back, and I'm also going to add the short side wall with the tripod mount. I'm going to go ahead and close up the top. I'm going to jiggle it around a bit to make sure that the slots fit in to the holes, and I want to finesse it because you don't want to apply undue pressure to the acrylic, and then you could end up cracking it. There we go. The next thing I'm going to do is take one of the washers, insert it in between the top plate and the side walls, and then insert the screw and tighten it. I'm going to go ahead and repeat this for the other 3 sides. And there you have it. The camera is mounted to the ProtoStax enclosure, and you have the tripod mount. The camera preview only works when the display is connected directly to the Pi. Usually, there is a way to enable a headless setup in which the camera preview can be seen remotely. You can do this by using VNC and applying certain settings to the setup. Check out the Project Hub link in the description below to find out instructions on how to have a headless setup in your own environment. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. We have more such kits and additional functionality of ProtoStax that we'll be delving into. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button below and bell icon to be notified when new content becomes available. On behalf of the team at ProtoStax, I'm Sridhar Rajagopal. See you next time.